Greetings, ye intrepid, summoners, demonologists, and demi-fiends alike. I invite you, behold my demons, for they are, as one might say, a bit different. So what am I showing you here? Well, it'll take some explaining, but the short version is that I'm making a Hardtype-esque rebalance mod for Nocturne HD. Why? Well, let's start with some context. In late 2022, I, on a complete whim, decided to investigate the state of mods for Nocturne HD. The one that caught my eye was Matthew Purple's Extra Enemy Turn mod. Out of morbid curiosity, I decided to see if it was possible to make it through the Unknown Realm on Hard if every enemy has an extra press turn icon. The answer was yes, but it was extremely painful and time-consuming due to the luck involved. Afterwards, I decided to turn this into a low-level run, with the main question of mine being, how much harder does this make the game? Now, I know Nocturne has this reputation for being a nightmarishly difficult experience that will rip your balls off and feed them to you, but by now it's a pretty well-known quantity. A good knowledge of the battle and fusion mechanics can allow you to trivialize the majority of the game's bosses. Giving them an extra turn does generally make them more of a threat, since they will have a total of 3, allowing them to act again even if their first attack misses or is nullified, but I found that even then it was a very fair experience. Mostly. The most significant peaks in difficulty were at the very beginning, against Matador, and at the very end, against Lucifer. Both of these fights ended up being RNG gauntlets with absolutely absurd levels of preparation and significant amounts of luck required to win. If they didn't feel cooperative, they could just kill you at any time. A more general cause of death was bosses who always go first, usually fiends, using their extra turn to kill the demi-fiend before you even got a turn to fight back. Before this low-level run, I had been playing Soul Hackers 2, which includes a potential design solution to this latter problem. In that game, the skill Beast Eye grants the user an additional turn for the rest of the battle, instead of just additional actions in the current round. By making a boss use this on turn 1, they would still gain their additional turns, but they would not be able to perform lethal combinations before the player can prepare for them. And so, with this in mind, after completing my low-level run, I set about making a bunch of small mods for Nocturne HD that would serve as proofs of concept for all of the features that I would want to include in a rebalance, including a great many that are also included in Hardtype. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who would like a direct port of Hardtype to HD, but I don't think that's possible unless someone with a sufficient knowledge of PS2 modding can reverse engineer the Hardtype patch. There's just too much missing information on the exact changes to things like AI scripts. However, since the HD version of Nocturne runs on Unity, the modding potential is much greater. Earlier this year, Matthew Purple released Quality of Death, which is a mod collection that includes many examples of things that simply wouldn't be possible to mod into the PlayStation 2 version, such as my Red Numbers mod. So what have I been making in the meantime? I call it Nocturne Insaniax! This is my attempt to extrapolate on the features of Hardtype with some major revisions to boss behavior based on the experience I gained from my modded low-level run. From this mod, you can expect revised stat formulae, rebalanced skills, demons, and Magatama, new skills and items, quality of life improvements to the battle system such as demon self-switching, 3-stage buffs and debuffs with diminishing returns a la Digital Devil Saga 2, technical bonuses a la Persona 5, revised Mitama fusion, special encounters during new Kagetsuchi, increased difficulty, and probably the most ambitious feature of all, skill potentials a la Shin Megami Tensei IV Apocalypse and 5. This last one was mostly developed by Matthew, who has been extremely helpful to me while I was learning how to mod this game properly. I'd also like to thank VV aka Bud, for his help as well. Incidentally, his 60 frames per second and minimap mods are fully compatible with Insaniax, and I would recommend them for the best possible experience. Now, is it done yet? No, and it won't be for quite some time. Additionally, I don't know if I'll be able to get it to work on anything other than the Steam version. However, I will not leave you empty-handed. In the description, you will find a download link to a demo of the mod, in which the game is playable up to Ose. After that, the game will hardlock when you load into an encounter to prevent you from playing content I haven't rebalanced yet. This will also happen if you have the difficulty set to Merciful, because I am not merciful. The only accessible content that I haven't changed yet is the first Kappa. I won't tell you all of what to expect, since that would spoil the surprise, but it is my hope that you'll give it a go and enjoy the challenges I have set for you. Merry Christmas, and good luck.